about it, they're able to look that up. But it is 7:01, so I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to pray, and we're going to go ahead and begin. So let's pray. I thank you so much, God, for the chance that we have to do this. I know it's been, well, it's been crazy. I know it's all in your purpose and your plans, and you've used these past year and a half to, even though it's been, as I said, crazy, you've used it for your purpose. And I thank you for that. I thank you that we have a chance to be able to minister to children next week. And I thank you for the fact so many are signing up already. And I ask for all details of it, that you take it out of my hands or the teacher's hands or the different directors' hands, because it's not about us. It's about you. And it's about that relationship with these children that they're going to grow in you, or maybe even discover this next week. And I ask you to help us to be able to be the tools you want to use to be able to create that. And I ask you to help technology and everything to go well as well tonight. In your name I pray, amen. So let me go ahead and share my screen so that you can see. I just have, and again, all this is going to come, I'm going to email it to you guys so that you can actually see it. In case you don't know, the theme is Treasured, Discovering Your Priceless to God, which as a teacher, as a parent, as somebody who works with kids, I'm so excited that this is one of the messages we get to share with them, that God loves them, he chooses them, that he hears them. Because I think sometimes, unfortunately in our world and even in the public school systems and through media, and they're just not hearing this. So it's such a great message that we get to share. As we look at the information, just to remind you, we use remind because communication is key, and I know that you know that. And I believe that probably it feels that sometimes that I overshare or I over send information, but it's just, I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. So I will send emails as well, but the big thing that we use is our remind. And as I said, this will come to you. It's also been on the emails I've sent, but it's really easy to join. It's a text program. You do not have to download it, the app. All you have to do is that number you put in. You do have to put the @ sign with a Grace 21 VBS, and that way you'll get any text that I send to the group. You can also text me back, and the text actually that only comes to me, so you're not texting the group. So it's a wonderful app that we get to use. I also have my cell phone number there. And that way, in case there's something you need to get a hold of me, the best thing, if possible, especially as it comes to an hour or so before VBS until about an hour after, texting would be best. I will have it with me when we have VBS for emergency purposes, but we have security, and we'll talk about that in just 1 second. Just like going over our schedule that we have, we are going to meet a little bit earlier on Sunday. And if at all possible for you to be there about 5:15. That's a little under an hour before we know people are going to start getting there. And part of that reason is because we aren't meeting in person beforehand, but this way we can make sure everyone in all their sections and everything that's going on, we're ready to go. So that as our children come in and as the parents come in, they're going to feel confident that who they're leaving their kids with are prepared for them. We will open registration at 6 o'clock. Registration is in the lobby. We have people who are doing it. I actually could use a couple more who'd be willing to jump in. If you feel comfortable on a computer, jump in to do registration, because it's all online. And if they haven't pre-registered, not a problem. We're going to have paper ones that they can fill out that night. We're not going to turn anyone away from our VBS. Speaking of, as of 6 o'clock tonight, we have 201 children already pre-registered for VBS. And that's comparable to what we've done in the past. Just for the numbers, we've had this amount, and then in the final couple days as it goes up, we'll get possibly 100, 125 more. We're planning on 300. That's all the numbers and everything that we have. And it's really exciting to see that. As I said, we start registration at 6. VBS itself will start at 6:30. We do end at 9 p.m. For our preschool, we do give them the option, the parents the option, that they can pick up their children at the end during the final closing if those little ones can't handle the 9 o'clock time frame. But most of them are like, no, I don't want to leave. It's great. Or some of them actually fall asleep on the pew. That's kind of funny too. Once we're done, when everything is done, one of the things I work with the teenagers with, especially because we know that that's where the help that we need for cleanup and all that things come from them, for them to learn to say to their leaders, is there anything else I can do for you? But then most of the kids are cleared out by 9:05, to be honest, and then we're gone. For those who are getting community service, that is anybody in high school, and there are some junior hires that will get it too. If you are in the National Junior Honor Society, or if you are part of Thespians, there's some points that you can get for it too. You'll check in at the coffee bar. What that is on the left-hand side, you'll see Mr. Canning. He'll take care of it. We are cautious. We want to be modest while we are doing VBS, to make sure that your shorts are fingertip length, and that if you're going to wear sleeveless, just to try to make sure the 3-finger width across, just to keep with modest. But we have a t-shirt that we're going to talk about in just one second that you can see. Our priority is what you see on the screen. It's the kids. First priority we have for them is salvation, for them to discover that relationship with them. So because of that, and even with the God sightings and all the God points that we talk about, we want to make sure that each night a gospel presentation is given to them. In the curriculum, the biggest night is the fourth night, Wednesday night, where actually they're going to see a kind of a drama of what Jesus has done for them, at a kid level. But we want them to, for those who have never started that relationship with Jesus, that's their first priority. And then secondly is to grow in that relationship with Jesus. Our second priority for these kids is safety, to make sure that they feel safe. The deacons have decided that, and our church has decided, children want to wear and the parents want them to wear a mask, they can, but nobody is required to. We are taking some precautions, like everybody who is working with kids in their bag is going to have a little hand sanitizer. We're going to have different items. We're just going to take some precautions, but it's up to the parents when it comes to that kind of safety. Also, a big safety, and wherever you are, that you're never alone with a child. Even if you're one of our 6th graders going into 7th grade, I know you're technically still a child. You're just never alone with them, and that's for your protection. Also, if there's any discipline or there's any issues, you have somebody who is part of our staff or who has been fingerprinted from our from Highlands or Grace that will take care of if there's a discipline issue. So for our teenagers, that means that you can just have fun and be their heroes, and you don't have to worry about making sure they behave. We have others that will take care of that for you. Also, just to remind you as well that we got to be really careful of pictures. You're more than welcome to take photos, take selfies, but just also be cautious. Don't share those on your personal social media, because there are some parents who are incredibly protective of their kids being on social media. Our social media people that we have know who those children are. And so if you have a picture that you want to be used on Instagram or Facebook or something, send it to me and we'll get it to our the people for the pictures and things that we have. I'm going to show you quickly our t-shirts. Now the colors are not what these are. We all have t-shirts. We are going to have a lime green, which is actually kind of the color I'm wearing today, even though this is not the VBS shirt. The children are going to have a teal color. So one of the ways that they're going to recognize leaders is by their t-shirt. And then also when you come in, you'll take a sticker and you'll write your name on it, how you want them to call you. And so that they'll be able to recognize you that way. All the t-shirts, I have ordered 150 t-shirts for our workers, so we have more than enough right now. What we're going to do on Sunday, we're going to have them in the cafeteria. Actually, we'll probably have them there on Saturday because they are ready, but you can come in on Sunday to pick up your t-shirt. The kids' t-shirts will be available Sunday afternoon. We're asking, and I'm sending out an email just saying we would like a $5 donation for kids for their t-shirts. That's usually never a problem for parents. And obviously, our purpose again is these kids. If there's a family that's a struggle, we're not going to demand it from them, because that's not the point. Besides, they're wearing a shirt that says Grace Church, and that's a really cool thing. Also, for every leader, we have bags. That is kind of a tradition. When you go into the lobby on the right-hand side where that hallway is, we're going to have tables set up and we're going to have bags. There's going to be markers. So that first night you'll come in, you'll write your name on one of those bags so we know it's yours. And there'll be goodies in it. We'll have the hand sanitizer will be in it. Also, there will be some papers about scheduling and all that will be in there as well. But what I've done is discovered it's best for you to be responsible for it. You get your bag, you carry it around with you that night, then you return it. And then during the day, the next day, somehow it magically appears with more treats. And so we ask that you take care of that so you can get that. But it also helps for keeping everything together when it comes to for the shirts. Let me just really quickly talk to you about the themes. I'm not going to spend tons of time, but I just want to you're getting this, and the main reason I'm giving this to you is to be praying for our teachers, because each night the teachers, we have 4 teachers each night. We have and I'll show you that in just a second. We have 2 Bible rooms that are going to be for the kindergarten through the 6th grade. And so we have 2 different Bible teachers each night for them. We also have a preschool Bible teacher each night, and Ginger's heading that up. I'm not sure if she's teaching every night, but they're setting that up for it. But then we also have an adult VBS. And so there is a teacher, a speaker for each one of those nights as well. So I'm giving this to you so that you have it, so you can be praying for them, because we know every single part of VBS is important, and that decisions can be made and relationships can be started at any point in VBS. We also know that it's the Bible, it's God's word, and the stories that are being told. And so we do put a priority on that. As you see, I put something on Tuesday night. We actually have game day coming in on Tuesday. Game day, if you're not sure, know what that is, it's through First Priority. It's for the elementary schools. It's they're a Bible club that's put together for after the regular school hour that kids can come to. And it is the entire purpose for that is for them to hear about Christ and start a relationship with them. And then as that happens, then they get connected to a local church. Right before we were going down in COVID, we were going to start at a school just right on pretty much on the other side of where we are at Park Ridge Elementary. Literally that Monday before spring break, we were going to start, and everything closed down on that Friday. So we're super excited to get back into it. But because of the fact there's going to be children from all over our county, they wanted First Priority, or the game day organization wants to come in and let the kids know about this, because they can find children and families from a school, then they have a connection to get into that school. So they're going to come on Tuesday night, and there's a time frame that they're going to do that. You can see that we have Wednesday and then Thursday are different themes. As you can see, the themes are very short this year. God chooses you, God forgives you, God hears you. And well, obviously pretty awesome with it. And we also, just really quickly talking about this, we also just do a little extra, because maybe I'm extra, but each day outside of the first night, we do have a theme for each night. Nothing is supposed to be extra crazy, over the top, where we don't expect families to go spend money. We hope they don't do that. Monday night will be a color war theme. And when you guys see your team names, and you'll see which color team you're part of. And then if you are part of the games, or if you're part of the Bible stories, or the imagination station, or the snacks, you guys can choose a color as well and become a team as well with that. And preschool has, well, we always do preschool as the same color as the t-shirts that they get, because that way, it's easy for them. Tuesday night, because we don't do a throwback Thursday, we do a throwback Tuesday night, is an I Heart VBS. I love VBS. They can wear any old VBS shirt they want. It's really cool to see some of the VBS shirts that show up from 10, 15 years ago. You see Wednesday, Wild and Wacky, and then Thursday's Explorer Night, where they can dress, as you can see that. But any day you can't dress up, just wear your t-shirt that you're going to get on, well, Saturday or Sunday. So that way you're just recognized as being one of the leaders. Each night, the groups are going to experience each one of these things: a snack time, a Bible time, a game time, imagination station time, which is kind of crafts, kind of STEM, and a video time. I'll explain what that says in just a second. Now, don't worry about this. I'm just pointing this out so you guys can see it. We begin and end in the auditorium. Each team will have a very specific location they sit in the auditorium. We will have it on a PowerPoint on the big screen when they come in. There will also be the same thing in the lobby, so that way everybody can see it. But we have 9. We have a preschool team. But then we also have, which the preschool actually does their own rotation in the nursery and preschool area. They never leave that area. But then we have 8 teams that will be traveling all over the campus. And so you can see that there's a Bible 1, Bible 2, game 1, game 2, craft one, craft two, and video times. So they all have different locations. Each one of those team leaders, as you guys find out who you are, and I'm going to email you guys separately for that. You have a map that you get and order, so you know exactly where to go and what to follow. It never changes. Every night's the exact same. So by Thursday night, we got it down. One of the things that you will see is we only do 2 snack times. So 4 teams at one time will go to the snacks, and snacks are going to actually be this year individually packaged items. And a big reason for that is just that's one way we can be cautious. Still doesn't mean we can't be creative with it, but they're going to be prepackaged items. So for those of you who are doing crafts, or if you are doing the games or Bible, you can see that you actually have a break built into the night. So there's 5 rotations, but you will only have 4 rotations of it. And you can see where that is. And I know that's a little confusing. There's a paper that's called VBS at a Glance that I had out on the out on Sunday morning, but also it's pretty much set to send to you on as a PDF as soon as I'm done with this, that you can also see it. And it's a little bit easier to see on that. Basically, is so you can see a map. Here's you can see the auditorium right here. That's where we begin and end. It's also the video room. You can see there's 2 Bible rooms downstairs in the choir room, and then the fellowship hall is the other one. Our crafts are next door to each other in the kids' cove and the classroom beside that. Snacks in the cafeteria, and the games, as you can see, are on the football field. So this is the area they're going to be traveling. One of the things too, we have several people who are signed up and are going to help with security. So we have several people who are going to be on golf carts, and they're going to be specifically placed in between, especially as everybody's traveling. As John Peak told me today, as he was looking at my thing, it says it looks like a jigsaw puzzle because you have 8 teams traveling at the same time. So we're blocking off areas so people can't park or drive in those areas, and we have security set up for that. I'm almost finished. As I was thinking about, this is the gift. I know that there's only actually in our area, there's about 3 churches that are doing a vacation Bible school. So I want to say first and foremost, thanks to the pastors to let us do this. But it also reminds me that we need to be present. When it comes to these hours, I know that the vast majority of you and those who are helping us with VBS are working a full-time job, and then you come, maybe get food on the way, or you grab a snack or something and you come right in, and then you have another 2.5 hours that you're giving of your time. I want to say thank you for that. And I'm praying for you as that we can all be present, that we are able to stop, put away the things of the day and just focus on these kids and to enjoy ourselves with them. Unfortunately for us adults, we're not as cool as the teenagers. And that's one of the things I love about the fact that we have 50 or 60 teenagers helping. Those guys are the heroes. Most of our actually teenagers who helping have come up through doing VBS and coming in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, seeing the teenagers that were walking around with them and playing the games with them and throwing candy at them and things. It just, those are their heroes. And so I want you to know that I'm praying that that is who you become this week, that you become a hero, that you are present while we are there and get chances to talk to kids, fist bump them, elbow bump them, let them know that having a name tag so we can call them by their names to let them to know what's going on with it. As I said, I'm going to send an email, and also on Remind, I'll put as a PDF. I'm going to send all this information out to you because I know I'm going quick. I get that. There is a PDF. It's called VBS at a Glance. There's also paper copies of it, so you can pick them up at church anytime this week or just pick them up on Sunday. Also, I am setting it up that to help you guys out wherever you are signed up to help for VBS. I have made a video, and I'm going to send as an email, also Remind, a link that you can go to watch a 2 or 3 minute video that talks more specifically about your area of service. And then there's a Google form that you click on and you just type your name in it. For anybody who's working on community service, guys, make sure you do that. And you'll see that there's several videos. Nothing is more than, I think, total of the 2 videos that you would watch 8 minutes for any time that you have for that. A couple things. We do need help on Friday. We're going to meet at the church around 12. We will be leaving by 12:15 or so to go to First Church United Methodist. That is where we are getting our set. And I want to show you our set. This is how they've set it up because their church is a little bit different, but we have collaborated together for years. And so they, as you can see, this is why we have a truck we're getting to be able to get this set. And so we're going to be putting up and decorating and putting this together for our VBS. So anybody who's free, if you're not free right at 12 o'clock or 12:15, and you want to get back at this church about 1:15, 1:30, you can help us set up with it. And we're going to do is whatever we can. We'll probably finish about 4:30, and then we'll come back on Saturday morning to finish it so it's ready to go. Because yes, it is Pastor and Robert are well, allow us to have the set up for church, to get the church excited and to let the kids see what's going to be happening for them for VBS. So we do have that. For those of you guys who are part of preschool, Thelma would like to meet with you on Saturday at 11 a.m. if you can. If you're not available at that time, just send me a quick message. I will let her know so she can get a hold of you, because preschool is a whole different little ball game. It's a wonderful ball game, but it's different. If you can be there Sunday afternoon early, we're going to start getting some things set up. I did say in the original email right after church, but I'm going to let you go home, change, relax a little bit, eat lunch, then you can come back. Before we start VBS though, I will have snacks and some pizza so that you're not dying of hunger by Sunday night. But actually, that would be my last screen that I have for it. Again, as I said, I'm going to send all the links as soon as I get this video ready and upload it to YouTube. I will send out those emails. I just want you to know how thankful I am that you are part of our VBS and that you are treasured. It's not just, it's just not the children. We are all treasured by God. And I am praying for you. And I will probably this week send out a list. You can open it up and be praying for our leaders as well. And speaking of leaders, on the email that I will send in the remind, there's a PDF that's going to show you where you are set up for working. Some of you guys, I just want you to know, you did request to be in preschool and I didn't put you in preschool, or you requested to be part of snacks, but we didn't need that many people in snacks. I put you someplace else. If you are not, first and foremost, when you see your name, if you're disappointed or there's something about it, pray about it first. But if you still are like, no, I think I should be where blah, 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 where you're supposed to be, send me an email, shoot me a text, and then we can talk about it. It's not set 100% the way it is. If you want to change, we can talk about it. I completely understand that. I want to say thank you again for being here tonight. It's crazy because I haven't stopped talking since 7 o'clock and it's now 7:24. And we're finished. So if you have any questions, you can stay on and say something. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can 100% just sign off and send me an email or shoot me a text if you have any questions. Pretty excited, so excited. I cannot wait for the craziness of Sunday. And thank you again for being here. And we're done. That's it. So I'm going to stop recording now. So